Stop the cap.
In America on the Egyptians, so you would say that those are not the real Egyptians, right?
Earlier when we were talking about like the movies that they made back in the Western society about like the Egyptians looking blonde and fair skin and like, come on, Egyptians, we are either tanned skin or dark Nubians. We don't say African Americans in Egypt, by the way. We say Africans or we say Nubians. So to us, you are a Nubian.
So that's why people keep calling me Nubian Queen.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you are Nubian to us. You are Nubia. So to the Nubians, we are Egyptians because we are the new Egyptians.
The new Egyptians.
The Nubians are the native Egyptians.
The ancient,
they were the ones who built ancient Egypt.
Wow.
Who built the pyramids, who built ancient Egypt civilization, who invented Egypt, as I would say, were the Nubians.
Egyptians are black. The real Egyptians are black. Because the real Egyptians, they are real Africans. So those people in Lower Egypt, you see in Cairo, Alexandria, and Falahins area, they were mixed between the Turkish, Mamluks, French, English, Romans. So those people who come to attack Egypt in that time, they couldn't come to Upper Egypt, to the south, which we still have the same color, our dark color or black color. So they couldn't mix with us.
And Egypt became white only in the 19th century and in the 20th century. A scholar who is responsible for this, the noted anthropologist from England, Seligman. Ancient Egypt was black according to the Greek and the Roman scholars. 10 of them said that, including Aristotle and Plato. 10 of them said that in writing. So if blacks are inferior intellectually and are incapable of building a civilization, how come the ancient Egyptians built a civilization? Seligman found the solution for this dilemma called the Hemite theory. He separated the blacks who built a civilization in Egypt and Ethiopia from the rest of the black race, and he called them brown-skinned whites, or the Hemites. So Seligman saved white supremacy from this dilemma, and all the white scholars followed him from that time on.
Racially speaking, who were the ancient Egyptians?
The population were black, but that doesn't mean they look like West Africans. Some did, some didn't, but Africa, as the homeland of mankind, has more varied types than almost any other continent. But the Egyptian basic population was East African, but there were some Middle or West African types in the population. They lived in Egypt. The language they spoke was a language which seems to have developed in Ethiopia and Kenya, part of the great Afro-Asiatic language family. And most of the formation of Egypt seems to have happened in Upper Egypt or on the Nubian frontier of Egypt or beyond it.
And we're talking about what period? The early period?
We're talking about the Old Kingdom, and that period you get a higher proportion in the representations of people looking black by
Okay, well, let's go to the slides if you...
Okay, well, in fact, the lady we have now, Queen Tai, who is the mother of the famous King Akhenaten, is in the New Kingdom. It so happens that a large number of the most powerful dynasties originated in the south of the country and therefore were black. The first dynasty, as I mentioned, the 11th dynasty, which founded the Middle Kingdom, and the 12th dynasty, which was probably the greatest dynasty in Egyptian history, and the 18th dynasty, to which Queen Tai belongs. Then we have the famous Senwosret I, known to the Greeks as Sesostris,